Stephanie Denman here from the Denman Homestead with my husband, who is being held against his will.
Help. Help me. I just wanted to come home from work.
He really did, y'all. When I say I feel so bad,
That dude was in the middle of the road.
people don't know how to drive. It has been a nasty rainy day. Both he and I have had long days. All he wanted to do was come home and sleep and just rest, take a nap.
I didn't say I was going to sleep, but I wouldn't have fought it.
I don't know if you heard him. He said, I didn't say I was going to go home and sleep, but I would not have fought it. I was actually laying down in bed, just got the remote to take like an afternoon nap, when Jamie messaged me. She was like, look what I just found. And I was like, no way. It was a kiln that had just been listed on Marketplace. Not just one kiln, 4 kilns that this lady is selling. Pottery kilns.
Yeah.
And as you know, I am getting into a new hobby. I'm exploring a new adventure. And I needed to find a kiln to try to fire these little pots that me and Laura are making and stuff like that. I'm diving full in. This is welcome to, listen, Steph shenanigans. If you shenan once, you're gonna shenan again. That's just the way it goes. What?
You're so funny.
You're not the only one that can make jokes around here.
I guess, you're right.
Anyway, I'm shenaniganing again. I got this tarp in the back because we are going an hour and a half away. Yeah, an hour and a half away on this adventure to look at these 4 kilns that this lady is basically giving away. They are cheap, and kilns are not cheap. So I'm a little skeptical of why they are so cheap. If they're in good condition, if they're gonna work with my specific ampage wattage available, because that's the problem right now that I'm finding, is that all of these different kilns have all this different specifications with the plugs and the outlets and the wattage and the ampage, and because kilns are high fire, basically they're an oven that stays on for hours and hours and hours at a time, that reaches like cremation temperatures. What is a cremation temperature?
How do you use that as your example? It's dark.
It's really, really hot.
Yeah.
It's hotter than a normal oven. I don't know what a cremation temperature is. I'm gonna look it up and we'll put it right here so you know, because I don't know. I probably should know. I'm into true crime, so I probably should know that. Do you think anyone's ever used a kiln to like dispose of a body?
Sure. If you've thought it, I'm sure it's happened.
I've never seen a true crime show with someone using a kiln. Don't get any ideas. All right, so we're on our way to go look at these kilns, and I will let you know if we come back with one. Fingers crossed. Thanks, Jamie. Say thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Well, come hell or high water, it's back there. Right, babe?
Mm-hmm. It's back there.
We actually got it to fit in the back because it was in the bed of the truck, but it started raining. So we pulled over and put it in the back. I still don't know if the electrical is going to work out because it's very confusing.
It was like, you didn't record at the place, did you?
No, we didn't.
It was a lady that really didn't, she had done pottery, but she really didn't know what she had as far as kilns because they were given to her and she never turned them on, which always makes me nervous. She said that she was told they worked whenever she got them. but it was like puzzle pieces. One fit the other one was sitting on one that didn't fit it. Lots of me Googling and reading online and moving things around, looking at plugs. Finally, we found a top piece and a bottom piece that actually fit each other, so that's what we went with.
Yeah, and she's been keeping them in her barn. But the nice thing is that she had a bunch of furniture that went with it. So, like shelving and feet and all these different things that go inside the kiln that help with like firing different things at different, like if you have plates and bowls and cups, like you could put them on different shelves instead of kind of just stacking them on top of one another. So she gave me all of that, all of it in the kiln for $100.
Yeah.
Which I think I think if it all works, is a steal compared to what I've seen listed online. $100 for all the things.
There's some broken bricks.
Yeah, it's used.
Yeah. But I mean, I picked up as many brick pieces that I could find to make sure we could try and seal them back, we can cement them back together, but we still got to make sure the heating elements work and that it actually gets, hot enough to fire.
Right. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research before I'm going to actually put pottery in it. But I'm so excited that we got this and that Buddy took this 3-hour journey with me in the rain. I'm so blessed. So blessed. I really am. He puts up with all of, like I said, my shenanigans. But I'm really happy that we got the kiln. I am sweating. It's 10 a.m. Well, 10:59, so 11 a.m. But it is hot and humid and it's going to be in the mid-90s this week. So I'm trying to get my garden stuff done earlier in the morning. But I have a lot to do in the Etsy store today as well. So I want to get the garden stuff done and then move in here in the afternoon and package all of the orders that you guys have been putting in, which is awesome. I started last night. I got a good amount done, but I've got more to do today. So cool. However, I have been inundated with blackberries, and I even put a little post out on Facebook asking for suggestions on what I can do with blackberries. I still have so many, and the problem that I have with putting them out in the freestand is because they're so small and the freestand doesn't really have good dividers. But then I just looked at something I had from my pond, my little water feature, and I thought I can reuse something I got from my pond to help with my blackberry freestand issue. Let me show you what I'm talking about. My pond that I keep calling it a pond, my water feature that I just made, I bought some plants at our little local plant store. And in the past I've had a bunch of these, but they're kind of flimsy, pretty thin. They don't really last very long, like multiple seasons. I've tried to reuse them, but they end up being brittle and crack and break. I just gave them the quick rinse because I was thinking, how perfect would these be for like the farm stand for people to come and take like a cup's worth of blackberries with them. Because I've never been able to really put blackberries in the farm stand just because of the way it's set up and how I showed you. So I'm going to try that. Now, hopefully the birds don't find them and just have a free meal of them, but that's like a trial and error thing. So I'm going to fill these little pots up and put them out there and see what happens. I have already gotten this, well, gosh, guys, every time I say I've already gotten this bush, it's like you walk by and then you see something that you missed. It's like you got to get up underneath it. Oh, I think I dropped one. But, yeah, so I'm going to I think I've gotten a lot of these out of here. And I'm going to move on to the next one and see how many of these little things I can fill up. I'm probably going to need more, to be honest, because there's not very many of these, and the blackberries are gonna fill these up pretty quickly. Oh, I pulled a red one on accident. That's all right. It'll turn. It'll turn. Just let it sit on your counter for a minute. Before you know it, you'll have a blackberry. I remember whenever I was little, I thought the red ones were raspberries. And I was like, oh yeah, they're just super sour and tart. No, those are not raspberries. They're just unripe blackberries. Something has been gnawing at the wood, the end of this. There's like wood chips on this one. Check it out. That worked out perfectly. This one has blueberries in it. I'm gonna bring that one inside. Not enough blueberries to set out, but yeah, I'm kind of loving that idea. All right, first I'm gonna take a rag and wipe this all down because nobody wants to stick their hand in there. Let's stock the stand. Okay, free stand restocked. I love it. Welcome to the jungle. And I'm gonna be cutting off their heads today. Off of their heads. Sunflowers. We're gonna cut the heads off of some sunflowers. Chill, okay? It's not that serious. I have some sunflowers that I want to harvest the tops of them so that I can gather their seeds and dry them out. So I'm going to be doing that today, along with some other stuff. This rain is completely just taken over the garden. You can't mow it, can't weed eat, you can't, about to poke my eye out. Yeah, but look at this, look at this right here. Y'all see this tree? It's not supposed to be that color. It is fall colored leaves, and I'm pretty sure it's dying. It's Kim's tree. It's one of Kim's, and I let her know. I said, I'm no tree expert, but I don't think it's supposed to look like that. So it's beautiful right now. Guaranteed in like a week it's probably going to be bare because the leaves are falling like it's fall. And it's not fall, it's hot. It's like 90s. But yeah. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm not cutting all of them because obviously there's still plenty of good sunflowers left to keep up. But the ones that have spent their life, we're going to harvest them, and they're going to be the big ones. I'm going to come through, and these large sunflowers, I'm going to cut this off because eventually what's going to happen is birds are going to land on this and peck all of this. And it's nice to have food for them, Those are the seeds down in there. See if you just run your finger on top, it comes off easy. Those are all the sunflower seeds under there. And I want to be able to save some of these. So what I do is I just basically, somewhere along here, just do a good little snip. And you know, some people cook these. Some people will like clean these tops off and grill them. I've never cooked with them. You could actually make your own sunflower seeds by putting them in a brine. Hey, Luna. And Luna, are you gonna eat the blackberries? You can have them if you want them. Some people put these in a salt brine. That's how you make, you know, the salty sunflower seeds that you buy in the store. I see some bell peppers over here I need to pick. Starting to turn orange. Those are my orange bell peppers. I need to come over here and pick them. Probably can't see them through all the grass. But check this one out. Look, this is a huge one. So we're gonna harvest that for sure. Let's cut this one down. It's hard to do with one hand. Boom. I'll just leave that there for now and come back and get it. I have melons growing around here. And unfortunately, I am going to lose some of them just because of the weather we've been having. You guys are probably like, how can you tell what you have? I can't. Cannot tell half the time. There's a little melon right there. There's a melon right there. Just gotta be careful where we step. These are Mexican sour gherkins along with my wild muscadine vine. And the sour gherkins are either being eaten by birds or just not doing very good this year because they, I mean, you can see, let me see if I can find some for you guys. So this is a little tiny Mexican sour gherkin. And they're on here. I just don't see any full ones. And I think it's the birds. Let me see if there's some down here that are. And it could too just be the rain, that we've gotten so much rain. I just don't even see them. But they look like little tiny watermelons is what they look like, full. And they are kind of tart. They're a little sour. They've got seeds in them, but you just pop them in your mouth. And I've grown them before in the past. And they're like a novelty. Don't try to pickle them because they'll shrivel up like raisins. But yeah, this muscadine vine is going off. It went crazy, which I absolutely love. Love, love, love that for us. My bees seem to be doing okay. I see them going in and out. It's just, we just had so much rain. And of course my loofah patch over here is definitely doing its thing. Need to move this vine out of the way so it doesn't get ran over. Loofah patch is doing awesome. All right, stay on track. These sunflowers on the side garden where the grape dome is, they're big, and I don't know if you can see, this was one right here. I can probably cut through the thing. I don't know if you want to rewind and remember when I was like, it'd be a really good idea to put all of the melons over here. Yeah, I'm full of great ideas. Look, do y'all see this? That vine, that is a lima, that's lima bean. That's a lima bean vine coming from right here all the way down. Look. These are lima beans. They're stretching. And if I'm honest, I'm not really happy with the production of these lima beans. I'm just not. There's a whole lot of greenery and not a whole lot of pods to pick. I know they love the heat, so maybe they're still coming because there's blooms. We've still got little blooms. But I've picked maybe like 6 pods. And some of them have gone to beetles, but there's just not a whole lot that, you know, from all this greenery, you would think we would have a little bit more. But no. All right, let's get over here and look for some sunflowers that I can reach. Got that one. And you know, I kind of want to see how there's some little bitty ones. I want to think about the seeds that I'm saving. I would like to leave these for the birds, right? Because when you save seeds, really especially if they're heirloom, you are going to be replanting what is the mother plant. So, is something eating my stems? Appears something is eating my stems off. That's not good. You want to make sure that what you're cutting is what you want to grow again. So if you don't want little puny, tiny little sunflowers, then make sure you get cuttings from the big ones. Here. It's lost forever. Lost forever. That over there. This. I always feel like it does the sunflowers a favor when I cut them off. Like, it's a relief because they like stand up straighter, especially if they have more flowers on top. Okay, I think I'm done. All right, for now. All right, so we have this little table set up under our barn area. So I'm just gonna set them in here, but also in the sunlight so they continue to dry out. And as you can kind of see here, let's see if we can zoom in some. Later on, we can just it's taken nothing for me to just wipe all this off and expose the bottoms of those sunflower seeds. And then we'll be able to kind of crack this and peel it away and get those seeds out. It's gonna be easier when they're dry. For instance, these are already turning black in here, so that's a good sign. So yeah, these are all gonna eventually turn darker, and then we can save them. As soon as they're all dried out, we can save them or give them back to the birds or the chickens. Like if I were to cut this and give this to a chicken, the chickens right now, oh my gosh, they would go to town. It would be such a special treat for them. And I do, and I normally do. Right now I'm just gonna save the ones that I want, and later I'll give them the leftovers. But this part is really satisfying. I'll tell you, it's satisfying to watch all that come off. Get those seeds exposed.
On the Denman Homestead, where the sun sets golden in the west, we live in harmony with nature, doing what we love best. From the garden to the kitchen, and the bees inside their hive. On the Denman Homestead, come along and plant, nourish, thrive.